All right. Welcome. Come on to another episode of Let's Talk Photography. Come on. I already see Vic is in the house with his emoji shades on. All right. So, I promise it wasn't intentional, but I almost forgot I was supposed to stream today. So busy with a big project I'm putting together. I was so on a roll, so focused. And then I started to think about what day is it today? And sure enough, it was Thursday. I was like, is this something I'm supposed to do on Thursday? Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to freaking stream. So shame on me. And but here we are on time. Who would have thought? So I just wanted to share, hey, even as we get busy, stuff like that, life has a way of getting ahead of us, right? So it is what it is. So first, as I said earlier, thanks Vic for being in here, and then we got Fajar in the house, summer vibes. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about AI. I believe I mentioned that last week, and it's a topic I know I brought it up a few times, at least last year, but for sure it's a conversation we should have and honestly continue to have because there's obvious pros and cons. So we're going to get into that a little bit later on and how beneficial and disruptive it is to our photography, whether it be the business side or the creative side. All right. So with all that said, we'll get to that. Let's get all the business stuff out the way, shall we? Now, of course, if you haven't already, shame on you. Go ahead and follow me on Facebook. I'm on Insta. I am on Threads. That's right. I actually post there. I'm on TikTok. All right. I wish I knew a good dance. I'd probably get more followers if I just knew a good dance. And then I am also on Twitter or X or whatever it is. I'm posting on that very interesting site there. So there you go. Go ahead and follow me. And if you can't find me, well, the links are in the description section down below. All right. I do want to let you know that if you ever feel like it, feel free to support the channel any way you'd like by using a super chat, super sticker, or become a member. Okay. And believe it or not, even if you send like $1, Google takes 30%. Well, there we go. Shout out to Google. All right. They get their fat cut. Let's see. I think I see another person jumped on it. Oh, Mushi. Hey. Only one that says it. I love it. Anywho, let's see what I have here. Before we get to the news, there's some cool news. And there's always news. Did anybody go to Cine Gear in LA? I'm curious. How was it? What was the experience like? It looked like something I could have a lot of fun at, but I didn't go this year because I got other things I have to do. And I'm actually leaving in a couple weeks. So I didn't go. Have you guys ever heard of Cine Gear? It's a pretty cool expo. Hey, what's going on, Steven? Oh, yes. Yeah, I saw that for sure. We're going to talk about that in a second for sure. Yeah, you better believe it, Vic. They're going to get theirs. Trust and believe it. And Mark, man, I've heard of it just recently. Oh, you never heard? All right. You know what, guys? Let's take a quick Cine Gear Expo. Cool. All right. Let me show you guys this cool event. Now, this is obviously if you're a videographer, cinematographer for sure. If you're in the film industry, this is your jam. This is almost as intense as WPPI. I don't know if it has seminars and stuff, but definitely all the cool gear is out there. All right. Let me share my screen so you guys can check this out. Okay, and here we go. Okay, here's Cine Gear right here. It seems like a very cool. Oh, there's going to be a new. Okay, well, there we go. There's the LA version. Okay, and it already happened. Obviously, it just passed last week, but it looks like a very cool. I believe it's at Yeah, it's at Universal Studios lot, and it's a 2-day bonanza, and it has all a bunch of cool cinema gear. So you're gonna see lenses, lighting, cranes, and everything at this place. And it's right there. I think. Where's the map? There we go. Oh, it doesn't even. Okay, it says L.A., but I believe it's. Oh, okay. There we go. It's in Los Angeles, but it's like North L.A. up there. But very cool. Universal City. Boom, bada bang. But it's very cool. You get to walk on these lots, I believe, too. So that'd have been cool if I could go check that out. But it happens every year. And dang, I gotta get to it. I want to check it out. I want to check it out. Let me see if it has. Oh, there's an Atlanta version and a New York Expo. Pretty cool. So if you check out your favorite cinema, uh, any brand that makes gear for cinematographers, Small Rig was there, T Artisans, of course, Nikon will be there, Sony, everybody else. Yeah, this is a big thing. All the who's who that wants to come check out what the new gear is in cinematography, filmmaking, etc. This is kind of a very cool event. Okay, so there you go, a new event to add to your very long list of events that you have to head to. Okay. Yeah. But I definitely want to check it out. I think next year I'm gonna really want to do that. But of course, I missed WPPI this year, so I have to go next year for sure. Even though they're at that new hotel off the strip. I like when we were right on the strip. That was pretty cool because then you could go do some stuff, come back, do some stuff, and come back. So being off the strip can be a real pain in the butt. It's not very conducive to want to go do other things besides WBPI. Vic says never heard of Cine Gear Expo. Yeah, it's really cool. Oh, okay, loving it. All right, right on. That's what's up. And then Drunk Wedding Photographer said, might go next year. Walking on the back lot is worth the price of admission. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Just to go check out the back lot would be pretty dope. Heading to Build Expo next week. Oh, nice. That's cool. Let me know how that works out. Let me know if it's worth it. I know this is I believe their second year. Just for folks that don't know, let me go to this. Build Expo. Okay. So let me share this with you folks right here. All right. So this is Build Expo. That's happening next week. Okay. At the Javits Center, where the old what was that? Photo Plus used to be at. I used to like that. I went there maybe 3 times or 2 times, but man, I really liked it. Build is 2-day situation. All the brands are going to be there, that's for sure. All the brands. They have photo walks, presentations, da 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 da. And I believe this is B&H's thing. This B&H's jam right here. So photography tracks, filmmaking. I wonder what they mean by tracks. Programs who got speakers. Da, da, da. Who were the speakers? Let's see. Let's see some of these speakers. Keynote speaker, photographer, conservationist, content creator, and content creator, actress, producer, and content creator. Finally, a photographer. We all know Scott Kelby, Drex Lee, content creator and filmmaker. Peter McKinnon. I don't know who this is, but I'm sure they're good. And I believe, and a whole lot of other photographers. Dang, a lot of faces. A lot of faces. I don't know. But nonetheless, I'd like to go to check out the gear and to network. That'd be my jam. Actually, for WPPI next year, I'm actually thinking about only doing the expo floor. I'm thinking about only doing the expo floor because I'm really curious to not only network with the brands, but also just play with the gear, to tell you the truth. I'm not really like, oh, well, I think you get access. Wait, I got to remember which ticket gives you access to the parties, but I only go to the one party, the Fuji party. The Fuji party is always all good. Open bar, baby. So that one's always worth it. Anyway, let me get back to this show. I digress. You know what? Oh, okay. So I know one person that went. He said it was good, but definitely just the way it's arranged. The what was the old hotel? It was at the Mirage, and that was pretty awesome. How everything worked out. All in one building, obviously, and so was this. But I mean, so was the new one. But it was right on the strip. I think that made it so much of a better experience. Fajar says, went to local Comic-Con last week, expecting fun session. Cool. Got international connection instead. Got go networking people. Yeah, that's a win right there. If you're out there networking. Vic says McNally, Hurley, Gionis, etc. Oh, okay. I think who talked at it? I could have sworn. I'm not sure if Jared Poland talked at Build or not, but nonetheless, very cool. All right, I want to show you guys because you guys last week pushed me over the edge. I had some stuff in my Amazon cart, and you people, that's right, you people made me do something that I wanted to do. Hello. All right, I picked up a couple of new lenses live. Not sure if you guys remember. So, with that said, I want to show you all. Let me get to my media here. This week's product highlight. Let's go. All right. So, look what I got right here. Yeah. Look at this bad boy. Look at this bad boy right here. This thing is a chunker of a lens. I'll tell you that right now. This is the I'm trying to see if I could. There we go. The 135 f1.8 VILTROX lens for Z mount, of course, for Nikon. Okay, and the hood is very similar to the Plena's hood with the rubber ring around it, which I like because sometimes I put the camera like this down on a table sometimes. Of course, you have your function buttons, one there, and I have one right here. Very smooth focus. Very smooth on both the rings, actually. You have a declickable. And if I turn it off, then well, then you already know. No click. Okay. Auto focusing manual switch right here. And otherwise, it's a chunk of a lens. I'll tell you that right now. But doesn't it look nice? Look at that thing. Look at that thing. That's what she said. Hello. Where's my sound effects for my bad jokes? What is the filter? Okay, so this is an 82 millimeter filter thread. And I have a shoot lined up on Saturday where I'll be testing this bad boy out. So definitely stay tuned for my opinions and reviews. And remember, I tested out the Plena, right? The 135 f1.8 Plena lens. So I want to see what the performance is like. So obviously the Plena was a pretty big bar that was raised, very tall bar. It's a fantastic lens. It is a fantastic lens. So here's my Z6. Let me put it on this gargantuan, if that's a word. Big of a lens, this fat lens. Ooh, it's on there, solid. Okay. And here it is with my Lumix, excuse me, with my Nikon Z6 Mark III. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna use the Z8 with it this weekend. I think the form factor with this big of a lens on the Z8 it'll be a better balance. And that does matter to me. Like when I think of lenses and camera bodies and what I'm going to use that day, I also think about the balance. How does it feel in the hand? Because I think the better the balance, the more comfortable it is to hold longer periods of time. So this lens, obviously, being super heavy, I think it's like 3 pounds or something. It's very front heavy, right? So I think the Z8, when I remember when I tested the Plena, I had the Z8, beautiful balance, beautiful, just like the 85 f1.2 lens. It was a great balance on the Z8 as well. So, but nonetheless, this is one of the lenses that that's right, I said it, you all convinced me to get live last week. And honestly, I'm super happy so far. And the reason why I got it is, well, honestly, can't beat the price. Okay. It is what it is. $8.99. You cannot beat it. If you just want a great portrait lens, f1.8, the difference is I'm assuming, because I haven't used this yet with a model or anybody, but I'm assuming that the difference between the Plena and this lens is not what is the Plena price? I think it's close to 23. It's not $1,500 difference or $1,400 difference. Think about that. You could literally get another lens or two, depending on which ones you're getting. But nonetheless, that's why I ended up getting with this, being that it's VILTROX's lab lens, which is their professional grade series of lenses. I felt very comfortable going with this, and the reviews that I've heard from other photographers, they pretty much just said what I said. They said it's a great lens, great price, but it's not quite the Plena, right? But hey, for $900, no one's gonna no one's gonna what do you call it, bat an eye at it. So that's what I got right here. So that is it for the product of the day. Oh, by the way, of course, I left the link down below and the discount code if you want to pick that up. If you want to pick up that lens I think it's available for E and Z mount, and that was the Z mount, obviously. You could go ahead and do that. The link is down below. Let's get to some of these comments. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Pause. Yeah. That's what she said, right? Mark, man, thank you very much, man. Clean glass. Yeah, the glass is nice. It's a chunker. I'm not gonna lie, it's got weight to it, but so did the Plena, right? And guess what? I absolutely love destroying the background with that Plena. So I have a feeling I'm gonna have the similar results. We will see. Definitely subscribe to find out, because I will be testing this lens out, and I for sure have that shoot on Saturday. So then therefore you guys will be able to see the final images that I post on the community tab as well as on Instagram. Oh, GH7 user. Wow. That's what's up. That's phenomenal. I really like the GH5. The GH6 I thought was almost there. I think I wish the GH7 was the GH6 with the autofocus, right? But you're probably one of the last people still really rocking with the Micro Four Thirds. But it's a great camera though. Can't deny that. 4K 120, 6K. Man, that thing's great. Albert says hello to all from Queens, baby. That's what's up. Man, I'd love to go back to New York. I keep seeing crazy stuff happen though. A lot of crazy stuff happening. Well, a lot of crazy stuff happening, period. Right? So be safe out there, folks. Be safe. King Kruk says, good price. Can't wait to see what images you produce. I can't wait to show you all. I mean, for $900. Let me see if I have it. Yeah, I do. Okay, let's share this tab. Let me show you guys real quick. There we go. Okay. Can I push it? There we go. All right. So you can see right here that I purchased it last week. King Kruk was I think King Kruk was one of the ones instigating me having to buy this thing. Okay. Me having to buy it, meaning convincing me, knowing damn well I'm going to buy it. There you go. Yeah, what? No, that was the right one. So you can see right here, $8.99. Man, you can't beat it. Can't beat it. That's a good price. Number so when you see this review, this will not be a sponsored review. This will not be sponsored. This is totally, I paid for it using my Amazon card. That's it. This all came from me. They had no clue I bought it. That 28 millimeter, you got me, right? They sent that to me to check out and review, right? But this lens, and I actually felt more comfortable buying this lens because of my experience with the 28 millimeter. I had a lot of fun, and the build quality was really great. And I was like, you know what? For $900, if I enjoyed that, I think I could trust putting $900 on this lens and seeing what I like about it. And the best part about Amazon is you have 30 days. Think about that. You have 30 days. Test it out. Make sure you like it. Kick the tire. But I know I'm going to keep it. I don't do those. I'm not a returner, really. I'm kind of lazy. Let's see. Markman says, I'm thinking of getting the 51.2 with 24 months no interest from Nikon. This may be the last time to get that lens before the tariffs. That lens is awesome. Hold on, let me. Away. Oh, it's in a bag. It's all packed up. But, Mark, that was my first prime lens for the Z mount, and I think I've said many of times I use that lens so much, especially for portraits. I could do a whole shoot just with that lens. And being able to open up an f1.2 when you need that extra light, that's pretty awesome. That's a great lens. Not as heavy as this lens, that's for sure, but it's not a small lens, as you know. But it's a great lens. You will not regret it. I think if the 85 was priced closer to the 51.2, I would have bought it. But that 85.12 is a gorgeous one too. But that 50 is great. It's pretty useful for photos and video, right? Like I said, I actually use that lens specifically at f2.0 to shoot my talking head videos when I have the light behind me. And the Nikon Z6 Mark III, by the way. Howard says, I own the Canon EF 135 f2 ultra silent motor lens and use it on my Nikon and Fuji X mount cameras with autofocus adapters. Is excellent since the lens is optically perfect for stills shooting. Well, shout out to you. I like that. I like that.
Oh yeah.
That's dope. That's real cool that you are able to do that. Do you lose autofocus performance at all? Like, even though it works, does the speed keep up in the autofocus, even though you're using it on a Nikon Z mount and Fuji? I'm curious. Let me know. King Crook says, I use EF 200 at 1.8 on Z8, bokeh on Fleek. That's what I'm talking about. That's phenomenal. And that's why, honestly, that's when I got the bokeh I was getting from the Plena, I was like, yo, I need this in my life, like now, right? And as many of you know, for like, I don't know, a year and a half, I've been saying the same thing, and I still live by it. I think it's the best prime lens Nikon made for Z mount. That's just my opinion. Many people will say the 8512. I'm saying that Plena. Okay, boom. It is what it is. But when they came out with this bad boy, I was like, you know what? For $900, I'm giving it a shot. It is what it is.
Oh yeah.
So, but yes, because of the bokeh, be on fleek. You know. Markman says, "Oh, 85 is on my top, but not that. Yeah, exactly. The price is what pushed me away. I was like, Now the performance, outstanding. I mean, that lens is great, but and the 50. What is the? Let me see what the 50 is going for right now. Nikon 52 Z. Let's see what it's going for. Wow. You know what? You can't. I mean, that's pretty good. I think it's $200 off right now. $200 off on Amazon. At $18.96. Markman for that 51.2. Pretty good. That's better price than I got it. It is what it is. I think I paid like, 22 plus tax, so it's like 25, 23, something around there. I'm still happy with it though. Trust and believe, I'll never sell that lens. I was going to use it for photos and video, and that was my main plan. Oh, well, definitely killer for photos, portraits, video. Sometimes the 85 could be a little tight, depending on where you are, what environment you're in. But a 50, you'll be able to use it a lot, obviously, a lot easier or more often. For sure. And I don't have to do the wave thing. I don't have to do anything. I just sit in front of it and then I create content. For sure. So I think people are holding to spend on Plena is because not everyone has full capacity to use 135. It's very specialized at that price. Hence why lab made more sense and 8512 might be more versatile. That's a great point. 100%. And that's literally the biggest influence for me was the price, and the lab or the VILTROX version is $900. Come on. Like I bought the, what was it? The 24 to 120 f4 Z lens, and that's the same price, if not $100 different. And same with the 105 f2.8 macro Z lens, same price. So I'm like, I could get a pro version f1.8. Man, I'm getting this lens. It's a great deal. It's a great deal. And we have to be honest. There's a lot of these third-party brands they're swinging with the big boys in terms of quality and performance. Plena is my favorite. 135 even over Milvis 135. No, that Plena is phenomenal. It's gorgeous. You take that out, it's like it's a one-hitter quitter. It's like, boop, got it. Okay, that's what you meant. The 50. Okay, that makes a lot of sense then. That makes a lot of sense. Albert says the autofocus is good enough for walking subjects on a Canon EF. Oh, okay, shoot, that's what's up. However, if people start running around, it's useless. Okay, now that sounds about right. But that's cool though. That means you get most of the things done that you need to cover. Nick is in the house. Haven't seen you in a minute, Nick. Good to see you. That's what's up. Oh shoot, stupid. No, I can't believe how many notifications we get on our phone, our watch, and all this stuff. I mean, I think I haven't done it yet. I haven't done this yet, but I tell you, oh shoot, I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so I want to be able to like only leave text. I guess I have to. I have to just dig into the phone, but leave notifications for just texts, email, and like a phone call because I can't stand this other crap. I tell you. Hey, Malcolm, what's going on? Hit that like, yeah. Hey, come on, guys. We got 15 people in here. Can we please give a good old like? It's a very simple situation, and I do want to let you all know that for today and today only. Whoops, here we go. Today and today only, I'm hosting a very easy price to smash that like at $3.99. So feel free. Hey, let me help you out. Not help you out. Help me help you understand that when you hit a like, not only is it free, it actually helps. It helps. It lets the what do you call it? The Machiavellian algorithm know that you and others may like it, and it gets pushed. Okay. I'd like to have 50 people live right now. That's what I want. Come on. That's the jam. That's what I want. And that's my goal. Okay. I want Randy Savage to root for me.
Oh yeah.
I want the Final Fantasy win up in here. Right? And but right now, with only 3 likes, I feel like a purge is happening. Come on, smash that like. Anyway. Oh, look at that. We got Amir. What's going on? I'm not a professional photographer, just someone who enjoys taking photos and reels videos while traveling or whenever I feel like it. What camera would you recommend to use alongside my phone? Wow, that's a loaded question there. It also depends on your budget, but you want to do photos and video. Honestly, it's gonna be the this is what I recommend. I don't know what your budget is, but hold on, I'm gonna pull it up right now. If you can, here we go. Okay, all right. Well, this isn't the cheapest, but it's a damn great camera. The Nikon Z5 Mark II would be a good one, but that's a little pricey. I get it, but boy, would it be worth it. Oh, that's the Z6. Okay, I was about to have a heart attack. Let me show you right here. This bad boy right there. Okay. This would be a good one. If you want a full frame, it depends if you want a full frame. This would be an excellent way to go. Nikon Z5 Mark II. This comes with a little lens if you want one. Turn that off. If you want the 24 to 200 mil, which is perfect for your traveling. You want a cheaper lens, 24 to 50 mil, which is just fine. That's only at 2,000 right there. It depends on your budget too. If not, you could go with the. Here we go. If you just want something compact, affordable, boom, bada bang. There you go. You go with something like that. Okay. You're going to get a much bigger sensor than your cell phone. That's the most important part. Larger sensor than your cell phone, so you get cleaner images in low light. Because as we all know, our phones kind of break up at night or in dark, like a cathedral or something. Okay. Oh, this one's renewed. Let me see if we find a different one. Let's try to find one that's not renewed. Previous review. Did I review this one? Oh, okay, there we go. And that one's what the heck? It's all these renewed ones. Well, that's a Z52. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. What are we looking at here? There we go. I would recommend either of those two cameras if you could do that in terms of price. Okay, that's just my opinion. Wait, what's a Sony? I don't think so. Those were all Nikons. Yeah, exactly, Mark, man. Z50 Mark II. Exactly. That's what I would do. I'll go straight to that. Does Nikon have any entry lens camera? I would have to say, yeah, that would be the Z50 Mark II or the Z5 Mark II or the Z50 Mark II. It depends whether you want an APS-C or a crop sensor or a full frame, really. But I would do the Z5 Mark II. Oh yeah, you could do the A6700, but being that I shoot Nikon in Lumix, I don't want to talk about the specs that I haven't used. I haven't used a Sony really, so I'm not going to talk on something I haven't used. You want to talk Nikon? You want to talk Panasonic? Hey, the buck stops here. Nick says, hope everyone was able to capture the strawberry moon. Ooh, when was that? When was that? And then King Crux says Z9, and then you don't have to rig a V-mount battery. Dang, that's what's up. Yeah, but could I use the Z9 as my travel camera? Boy, that's a lot. Okay. ZF. Oh, that's you know what? That's a great suggestion, Mark, man. Let's go back. Okay. All right, here we go. This camera, yeah. This is another nice one. If you just want a simple camera, the Z, what was it? The Z50 Mark II was roughly around this price. So yeah, it depends if you want that retro look. But I saw images from this. A rep over at Nikon showed me like a whole album of images using this camera, and it was really impressive. It was crazy how detailed those photos were using this camera. This would be a great fun one actually. If you just want to travel and it looks cool, this is nice, and it's lightweight too. It's super lightweight. Okay. Amir, I hope you're seeing this. Cool. Where are we? And then last two nights, maybe tonight. Oh, okay. I'll see if I can see it. Dang, I'm missing out. Nick says I didn't have my 500 mil, so I used this. Oh, dope. Okay. Well, were you able to get some nice shots? If you did, definitely tag me on Instagram. I want to check that out, man. I really do. My travel camera ZF. You know what? That ZF is awesome. Yeah, I missed that camera. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let me tell you. There are two cameras I actually regret selling. One is the D500, phenomenal camera. I missed that camera. Not that I would be using it now, but it was a great camera. It is a great. I think it was our last best APS-C DSLR camera from Nikon. And the other camera I not regret, but miss, is that ZF. I sold it to get the Nikon Z6 Mark III. No complaints. But that ZF was fun. It was. It was fun. It was definitely, I'm going out and shooting camera, so that's a great camera. And Amir, if you don't want if you want a full frame version of the ZFC, then go to the ZF. But if you if you want something that's slightly compact and not worried about a larger sensor, ZFC is your jam. I stopped shooting the moon when I sold my 400. I miss it and want it back. Yeah, we all have those stories, man. We're like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have let that go. Okay. I do feel more inspired to be artistic with the ZF or inspire for better words. Yeah, no, 100%. I think it just does that. That's what it was doing for me with the VILTROX 28 millimeter lens. Like just having those restrictions uh, forced me to think of my shots before I took it, framing and everything else. And I actually had fun using that little $100 lens. So if a camera or a lens can do that for you, I think it's a great lens or a camera. It's just that simple. And it doesn't have to be about the money. It's just really about your experience with it too. I think that's a factor. Um, okay, very cool. We're looking pretty good. We are looking good. All right, now, oh, let's get to some of this news stuff. Hold on, let me prep everything. Okay. Now let's get, whoops, prepping this thing here. Cool. And then let's get to the media. Now let's get to some photography news. All right, there we go. Look at it. You see these little media things I throw in there? I don't know. Is it stupid? Is it corny? Let me know. Post your comments down below or in the live chat, of course. Oh, Fajar's. Oh, I'm thankful I did use ProRes instead of NRAW. My storage went ham absolutely quick, even in ProRes. Hey, brother, I'm trying to tell you, like people are like, oh, I'm gonna shoot NRAW. I'm like, no. Do you really want to shoot in NRAW? Okay, don't let your emotions get ahead of you. Like NRAW is fantastic, but I'm telling you, I shot in ProRes and it chewed up my 500 gigs so quickly. I was like, yo. And then that wasn't the bad part. The bad part was having to deliver it to my client. He's like, how do I use this? It's so big, is what, that's what she said, of course, But I had to go through each of the files that he wanted and convert them basically to 4K so that he can manage it. Not 4K, excuse me, I'm so sorry. What did I do? I did what the hell did I do? So I made them I exported them as because he was just using for the internet. So I exported a copy of 1080p. But it was such a pain in my butt. If I had only just did regular 4K, 420, 10-bit, would have been just fine. Dang it. Anyway, yeah. And RAW for those big commercial projects where you could charge them for an extra hard drive to hold all this dang media. Anyway, that's just my gripe. So take a look. Nikon Z8 is about to hit another firmware update. And for all of you pixel shift mode users, shout out to all of you. You're going to have a good time. So it's going to be first pixel shift mode with focus shift and AE bracketing. You're going to get some you're going to get some real dynamic photos out of this thing. Has announced 3.0 for its Nikon Z8 full frame. The major firmware update introduces new support for pixel shift shooting, enhanced picture control functionality, and significantly improved autofocus performance. Well, that part I definitely am excited about. Nikon says the firmware update makes the Z8 faster, more flexible, and even more powerful high-resolution camera. Ooh, gosh, I like the sound of that. So Pixel Shift Photography is now a full-frame mirrorless camera on the market to offer these settings without the need for external accessories, promising a combined simplified pixel shift workflow that can better leverage the a Z8's high resolution image sensor combined focus shift could prove to be a boon for macro photographers. I love it. You know what's funny? Capture the images they need to create a focus stacking photo with an expanded depth of field. So you get your bang for your buck. So you can change. You can see right here, you're changing the focus point. Now, you know what's funny about this? I'm gonna go through a little. Here's my thing. Okay. All right. Little story time. Now, I actually know I've actually seen this technology in point and shoot cameras years ago when I first started. When I was working at Mike's Camera, 2016, 17, and then 18, and then I started. And no, in 2019, I started working with Lumix, and it was in their point and shoot cameras, the little old point and shoot cameras. They had focus shift, what they call it here. And it would take photos just like it did in a burst and whatnot, but it would stack it. And then you could scroll through. No, you could tap on the photo on the back screen and it would shift the focus on the different part of the image. So you could back focus. Oh, you want the background to be focused, or you want the person to be focused, but it accidentally back focused when you took it. Like it was some very cool technology. Obviously, it was on a 1-inch sensor, little point and shoots on their point and shoots. It's in there. It's been in there for a very long time. I'm definitely excited to have this because we all know that there's been a time when we take a photo, either back focus or focused on the nose, because Mark managed using his 50mm f1.2 and it focused on the nose and not the eye. And that has happened to the best of us. And that was the shot. Or it focused on the ear instead of the eye, or right here, it's done on the cheekbone before. It can really, really be annoying. So I think for me, focus shift is going to be the biggest feature I'm super excited about for this firmware update. It's happened to all of us, and for us to be able to fix it in our camera right then and there is going to only enhance the efficiency of your workflow. So that is definitely a win.
Oh yeah!
For Nikon. That's just my opinion. That focus shift is going to be great. All right. Let's go back. Oh, I think I have a couple comments here. Let's see. What was the last one? Oh, you can also try. Jesus. I'm not an ergonomic guy. I need the battery grip, or my D850 feels strange. I have to go Z9, but finding clients is a pipe dream. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, the chicken and the egg, but also like the Z8, the Z9 has so much functionality, especially for you, for the ergonomics. But it's not cheap, right? I personally, I have a weird feeling that we may see something. What are we in? We're on June, July, June. Like that Z9, we're gonna look at something new. I'm not sure what it's gonna be, but with all the stuff that's happening with Nikon and firmware updates that are including the emphasis of like Red technology and leveraging what they're learning from Red and trying to put it into their firmware updates and future cameras, we're going to see something pretty awesome in that Z9 too, if that is to come out anytime soon. Okay. But nonetheless, if you can, look for a Z9 used. Okay, Nick, try that. Maybe I think that would be a better bet, just in case something drops in 6 or 8 months. You're like, "Fuck," and yeah, I'd rather be in for a used body than like the full cost, right? If you had to do it. I think that's more of a depth map. Well, He said I could be wrong. Well, you know what? You might be right. I mean, I'm not a technician. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not. I would never claim to even remotely look, talk, walk, or like a engineer. But I'm telling you what my experience is. You're right. The point and shoot. I'm not saying it's the same exact thing, but I'm saying the concept I've seen in action and it works awesome. And if Nikon puts their own version on it, it's going to be great for all of us. And I can't wait to see this thing in action. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's the same exact or they're copying or nothing like that. They may have obviously implemented it in a more unique way, but the idea is the same and it's awesome. Let's see. No tariffs on used gear. Hey, you ain't lying. I like that. Okay, forget those tariffs. You know, when I went to I got hit with tariffs when I was gonna review that VILTROX 28mm lens. Freaking, I had to pay a tariff for it to enter into the United States. So to these tariffs. Okay. Um, Nick, I do have an easy way to pay, but the 350,000. Wait, 350,000 has been frozen in my bank account for over 3. Oh, gee, boys, I tell you. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I really am. Malcolm says used bodies are pretty stable on the used market too. May not even lose any value of it. Exactly. For a Z9, I'm going to assume that whoever owned a Z9 kept it in pretty good condition. Safe bet. Safe bet. If you buy a Z9 used, more than likely it's going to be in pretty good condition. Okay. When I bought my D810, I bought it from a journalist at Bloomberg. He just wanted to sell it. And it was in pristine condition because they have to eat and live by it, right? And no high school kid generally is going to have a Z9, right? Unless he has a trust fund to match it. Craig C. Focus Shift runs a series of photos of a still subject, needs to be merged in NX Studio. Oh, well, see, now, hold on now. Hold on. Hold on. If I have to run through NX Studio, then that really puts a damper on things. I'm not gonna lie. The reason why I say that is because, again, from my experience using I think it's the ZS100 or ZS10, those little pocket point and shoots from Lumix has the technology, and you do it right on the back of the camera. You could pick, I like that. And then it says, do you want to save? And you save it. Boom, there you go. So we'll see. We will see. The drum will be rolling when it drops. I thought they had in camera merge. Yeah, I was hoping it's in camera. That's my thing. I just want it to be camera. Cause I don't have time. No offense, like my workflow is pretty efficient. I use Lightroom. If I'm tethering, I use my Capture One, and when I'm editing, and if I have to do some frequency separation, I'll go to Photoshop if I have to do some removal, etc. And then I'm done. Export, done. I don't want to have all these new different softwares. Okay, that doesn't help us improve or make our life that much easier. I think in 2025, programs that help to increase the efficiency of your workflow should be the only thing on your hard drive. So having to have NX Studio, all this other stuff, I love, as many of you know, I love what I've been able to create using Nikon lenses, cameras, everything. You know this. But I'm not downloading tons of different softwares. It's just outrageous. It's either I get a great image right out of camera, put it into Lightroom, and call it a day. Okay. And if I'm in studio or something like that, then of course Capture One, right? That's because the tethering is so damn reliable. um. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that was the next news, Mark. That's the next news. Let's get to the next news. Okay. So we talked about the shift and stuff. Let's get to this stuff right here. Okay. Boom, baby. It's like you're reading my prompts over here. So look at this. Nikon is currently testing an N-Log 2, which is going to have some look like we're talking about, leveraging some of the expertise and tech of red, right? The N-Log 2 is, watch it basically be, well, I don't know if it would be actually, but close to R3D files, right? That would be dope if it just created it. I wonder what, probably in their future cameras it could make, if we're doing NRAW, we're doing um the actual Nikon Z Cinema cameras, I bet will have three R3D files. Like it can create those. Okay. It'll probably, well, it'll still do ProRes maybe. I mean, since it already can, it would be amazing if it did NRAW, right? Your R3D and ProRes, that'd be pretty fucking, that'd be a lot. But either way, N-Log 2, I like to see that. But honestly, a lot of you out there, if you're not color grading, you're not really going to get the whole benefit of these kind of that picture profile. Putting on N-Log or V-Log or whatever log, C-Log, S-Log, every other log, right? You got to know how to color grade too. Otherwise, keep it on standard. Instead of you're going to lose a lot of hours of headache and hair trying to color grade this stuff. All right. But that's phenomenal. I bet Nikon is positioning itself where in which these Z cameras are going to be able to be a fantastic B camera to their pro cinema line. Okay. Let me say that one more time for the children in the back. Nikon is positioning the capabilities of their upper end Z cameras to be a phenomenal B cam to red. Mark my words. Okay. Look at what they're doing. They're using the expertise of red. It's going to be a phenomenal B cam. Z cameras are going to be, hey, if you can't get a red, get a Z8, a Z6 Mark III, anything Z6 Mark III and up is going to be positioned to be a phenomenal B cam to red. And I think that's smart. That broadens the cinema line for Nikon and truly merging red into their product mix. And honestly, no other camera system out there except Panasonic, if you want to be honest, that will offer a diverse options of video and cinema cameras at affordable prices as much as Panasonic and Lumix. Hands down. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Okay? That's just a fact. That is the fact. And I'm all here for it. I'm excited. I'm excited. And yes, I'm biased because I use those two camera systems. Nikon has done a fantastic job with firmware update. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so they did all this stuff. Yeah, they're really killing it with the firmware game. So next week, it doesn't say, oh, okay, June 18th or 19th for those that want to know. Okay. Oh, let's see. What do we got up here? Yo, that's super cool. Very different though. Not in camera at all. Only thing in camera is HDR merge. Dang. Okay. Whoops. Wrong one, but yes, it deserves a purge. I wish focus shift and pixel shift could be done in cam. I've check out the point and shoots and what I'm talking about. If you're ever in a Best Buy or your local camera store. Pick up a Lumix point and shoot. They have that feature in there. I forgot what it's called, focus something or other. And you could do that, like I'm telling you, right on the back of the screen. So the concept has been there. I hope that maybe in a future firmware update, right, 3.2, whatever, that they allow you to do it in camera, because we already have the touch screen on the Z8. That'd be kick ass. That'd be pretty good. J Rod says, can I get a, oh yeah, you know it, brother. Here you go.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I think N-Log is why some people are having issues with exposing for video and maybe some noise. If done right, this would help. Yeah, and I think people aren't, I don't think people know how to expose properly using N-Log, right? I don't think people understand that's why false colors is so important. And you should, if you're using N-Log or anything like that, I highly recommend do what you want. Do what you want. You should be using an external monitor that has false colors. Okay. That desaturated picture profile and N-Log, V-Log, S-Log, whatever, can fool you to think you are properly exposed. You might be under too much, or worse comes worse, you're over too much. All right. So like that's why false colors is great. The S1, I believe the S1, what is it? Oh, Jesus. All these dang cameras. S1 Mark II has false colors built in. Now that is a serious win. Okay. That is a win. Fell says, what's up, man? Sorry I'm late. How did you like the Oh, I like I want to see what the focus is about, but I'm hearing the word on the street, meaning the street writing this podcast, is that it may not be in camera. We will see, and definitely I'm going to share my opinion about that. All right, because that just slows down the workflow. I want to get the cool photo, correct it, and move on. If there was maybe a Lightroom plugin, maybe that'll be like a good middle ground. But having to go to, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to download more software to just use this new cool feature. J Rod, super hot outside. We'll check in later. Awesome. Thank you, brother. You got it.
Oh yeah.
I'll buy Robert's blunts. Well, you know what? Thanks, brother. But you know what? I haven't even, I mean, I've gotten so much better at color grading by just messing up. Okay. Just record, I don't know, go to a botanical garden, record and log, and then just color grade. Just teach yourself how to grade it, create multiple adjustment. If you're using Premiere, I create a couple adjustment layers, you know, one for a LUT, one for Rec 709, one for basic adjustments, whatever it is that you're doing, and just practice, man. It's a skill set that's going to help you out tremendously later on. And worst comes to worst, if you have someone else color grade your work, you at least know how to communicate to them what you want to get out of them. Okay. Even if you're not the best at it. J Rod, do I buy the Z6 Mark III or hold for the Z500? My Z52 is holding strong. Well, that Z52 is awesome. Do you want to keep both? Do you want to have two cameras? But I haven't heard. Let me see this. Let me go to Nikon Rumors right here. See if they have anything about this Z500. Okay, I don't see anything on their list here, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen the specs on that, so I don't want to do any false predictions like, oh, hold off or get it or whatever. But I can say, because I own and I actually bought the Z6 Mark III, zero regrets. If there was a number less than zero, that's what I would have when it comes to my experience, to my opinion about the Z6 Mark III. It fits the bill in so many ways. Now, are there things that I wish were on there? Sure, like playback in slow-mo. I would love that feature. It's in the Z8. Why isn't it in the Z6 Mark III? I don't know, but it's a very cool feature I wish I could have so I could see what my slow-mo footage looks like, or high speed footage technically, later on. I mean, before I get home. So, but it's a great camera. You know, here it is right here, J Rod. Here it is, on this 135. But I'm gonna take it off this. It is anyway. I love this. Z, Nikon Z. Okay, hold on. What did you say earlier? Oh, okay. Yeah, I do too. Okay, I tagged you in the moon photos. If you stop by, check out my page. You'll see your true. Hey, yes, the D850. That's what I'm talking about, man. I love that camera. That camera was a beast. What the heck did I get? I sold it when I got the Z9. That's the only I traded it in. I traded in the D850 to get the Z9. I think it's a good excuse, okay? Forgive me. I heard the new firmware improves autofocus a bit, so I'll take it. It's already great though. Yeah, I know. That was the first thing I thought was, how much better can it get? Right? Like, let's be honest, how much better can it get? But I'm all here for it. Trust me, I'm here for it all. I'm not a professional color grader, but Rob is right. Getting footage from botanical gardens and different skin tones is good practice. Thank you, my good sir. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I mean I remember. What did I do? I did something, and it was like an important gig, and I shot vlog, and I thought I could just easily correct it, because I know how to edit photos in Lightroom, and I was like, oh hell no, and I did such a bad job. Then I didn't touch vlog for a couple years. And eventually I was like, you know what? Let me put on my man pants. Screw this. I'm going to learn how to do this. And now I'm way more comfortable with it. But again, you have to take into account like the workload. How long do you want to stay on this project? If you're just doing like YouTube, are you kidding me? I would never. That's just me. I got things to do. I want to hurry up, get the footage on the timeline, start cutting it up, and then add some effects and whatnot, and be done with it. There's no way I'm gonna color grade. I might throw a little LUT just to spice things up a little bit, but I'm not doing color grading and all that other jazz. I ain't got the time for it for YouTube. But if it's a client's work, you may want that because you want the latitude to adjust a bit and stuff like that. So just think about it. Everything has its place. Everything has its place. Yes, the D850 is truth. You already know, brother. Okay. The autofocus has to be Sony level or Canon level. If not, it's trash. Dang. Cold-blooded over here. Wow. It would be, I'm impressed with the Z6 Mark III's autofocus when I'm shooting video. And yeah, I'm pretty amazed on how fast Nikon has answered the autofocus issues, and they're doing a phenomenal job. I think it's only getting better. And it's, there's the recent success in the past year speaks volumes, right? And they stuffed it into that Z50 Mark II too. You have a good opportunity for photojournalism Saturday. Nationwide protest in almost every city. There's a map if you want to see your area. Now, I don't want to see a map of my area of what it looks like before the protest. Okay. I don't need that. No, but I hear you, Nick. But I'm not going out to the protest. I want to keep my camera. I don't want thieves to think it's a good opportunity to try to snag it or whatever. I'm not going near any of that stuff. Trust and believe me. I'm going to the gym. And then what I am doing is minding my own business. Hello. Mark Man says, of course, I am joking. I think that's the main issue for. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. No, you're true. But I'm telling you, the cameras now, they're great. If the Z8 had a flip screen, that'd be super helpful. But I get it. People hate that damn thing. But the Z6 Mark III has a flip screen. It's great. It's why I use it for my YouTube channels. Okay. I kind of avoid lenses that don't have autofocus or only manual. Well, I can't blame you there. But when it comes to cine lenses, I actually am glad they don't have it right now because that means it's way cheaper, but and lighter. Um, but I hear what you're saying. I do like autofocus. Okay, I really do. My eyes are shot. Matter of fact, you know what because my eyes are so shot. Look what I just. I'm not even going to show you guys. You guys make me buy this damn thing. What I put in my cart is the DJI LiDAR focus system. Okay. Because I want to use cine lenses, but I'd like some autofocus. So I feel you. Nick says, okay. You'll be on a sideline. Good. Hey, man, stay safe. Stay safe. Wrap your lenses or your camera up and then like some plastics. You never know what's going to be going down. Tear gas or some hootenanny. You don't know, man. Just stay safe. Anyone messes with me gets my camera upside their head. Don't do that either, brother. Don't do that. Okay. You don't want to do that. Okay. The camera is a livelihood. It's it's a piece of us. Okay. Question. How easy is it to manual focus on a super wide lens like the new Laowa 8 to 15 mil that was just released? Well, if you have peak focusing, that should help, right? That should help. But I haven't used that lens, and I just recently bought a super wide lens, and that lens focuses amazing, but it's not a Laowa and it's not this a super wide zoom. But I've never had issues with focusing with wide lenses. When I had the 14 to 24 mil um, F mount lens for Nikon, that thing was great with focusing. It was cool. I actually liked that lens. It was big, it was chunky though, and that glass element was sticking out, so I could never put a filter on it. But it was a great lens. Zero issues besides it was like 2.5 pounds. Manila Martin, at this point for me, everything is beyond my needs. My next camera is going to be a Sony FX2. Wow, shout out to you. Okay. FX2 is very tempting, and I may sell my VF. Wow. Wow. Really? You think you'd actually sell that, Malcolm? Oh, dang. I wonder why. Now I'm curious. Hey, Malcolm, when are you going to start doing your lives again? Let me know. Fajar says, I still have my D750 as my backup. It's not as fast, but it keeps paying my bills. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, that 750, that was my first full frame camera, the D750. I had the D7000. I got the D750, and I thought I was like the man. I was like, hell yeah, I got the D750, boy. And then when I got the D810, you couldn't tell me nothing. Okay. When I got that D810, I literally thought I was, dang it, who's the photographer? Gordon. I thought I was Gordon Parks. Okay. So shout out to you with that D750. I want to use a super wide lens for portraits, but I don't want a manual only lens. Okay. All right. Here, I'm gonna show you a lens, but it's a prime lens, Fel. I'm gonna show you a lens. It's a prime lens. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna show you a lens right now. This one right here. This lens, because look, I bought it. So I'm not sitting here lying to you, trying to peddle something. I actually bought it. You see it right there. This is a great lens if you have a Z camera. 16 mil, it's a prime, f1.8, autofocus, really snappy. Really snappy. I'm going to show this on the next podcast. This will be the product highlight. Okay. You have declickable focus if you want. It's lightweight, 77 millimeter filter thread, $580. Great price. All metal, full metal jacket. Love it. For Z mount. Okay. And it's nice and compact. Oh, video and vlogging shooting. Nice. But either way, I'm really glad I got it. I wanted a wide angle lens. Because sometimes a 24 is just not wide enough for certain things. And I also want to shoot portraits with it. And I think shooting portraits with a wide lens like this or at this focal length can give a real cool, unique distortion effect to my fashion photos. So I was like, oh, this would be kind of cool. So I went with this. So I just bought that. Okay. So Fel, check that out. Maybe that'll be something for you. I don't know. Okay. Dope. Let me know. Hold on. Let me know when you're ready, Malcolm. Okay. I got until 5:30. Okay. I've got until 5:30 in here. Believe it or not, folks, brother's hungry. Fajar says some football photographer here still have their D4s. Dang. At 3. Oh, geez. I have to get the big guns out for this one. 3.5 million shutter count. Wow. B cam to a Z9. Never cease to amaze me. Man, I'm telling you. 3.5 million. Bravo. Bravo. Okay, that's crazy. Yeah. I have that one and it's great, but I want a wider one. Ooh wee. Or maybe I should just chill. It is nice. Yeah. Well, if you want, okay. Yeah, but somebody just dropped the super wide. I think VILTROX just dropped the wide. Hold on. Hold on. I could have sworn they just dropped a wide angle. It's like a, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna research for you guys here. I could have sworn they just dropped like a super wide. Okay. I could have sworn. We'll try. Or it might have been 7 Artisans. Let me see if it's them. 28 mil. Da, da, da. Okay, let me see. It's 7 Artisans. It might be 7 Artisans. 7 Artisans. No, they did the whole city line. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, look this. Do they have a link? No. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this is. 7 Artisans. Okay, check this out. Share this tab instead. Maybe this would do you right here. Check this out, Fel. Look at that. Okay. 9 millimeter f5.6. But let me see if it's autofocus though. Full frame. Declickable aperture. Oh, it's manual focus. Okay, never mind. My bad. My bad. It is one. Well, I'll keep my eye open for you. Let's see. Christ, does anyone think Nikon will release an 85-1.4 similar to the 50 and 35-1.4? I think they will. I don't see why not. VILTROX is about to release an 85-1.4 for Z mount. They're about to release it. Let me see if I can go to Instagram. I believe they're about to, yeah, they just had a campaign. Yep, here it is. Check it out. Let me share this. Check this out, everybody. When an 8514. VILTROX on their Instagram. If you want to try to be a tester, they're looking to recruit tester recruitment. They're accepting 5 talented photographers to test out the new autofocus 85 f1.4 Pro FE full frame prime lens. So there you go. If Nikon doesn't do it, they're about to drop it. And I bet it's going to be very affordable. 1.4, I'm thinking it'll be like $800 or something. All right. So if you're looking for one, they're going to release one soon. And I know it'll be under $1,000. I could bet my hat on it. It'll probably be like, because they did the 35 millimeter f1.2, and that was $900. So if this is an 8514, probably be 7, 8, something like that. So wait long enough, somebody will make it for you. Fajar says, I might miss the main event tonight. Few minutes ago, since I had to commute to my workplace, but I use AI to assist conceptual cosplay photography. Oh, you know what? That's a phenomenal way. And that's a great segue. There's no, we haven't talked about it, so let's dive in. Okay. We've been talking about everything else. Let's whoops. There we go. Cool. Dope. And let's get to our main event. All right. So today we're talking about AI, the pros, the cons, how should we leverage it, and all that other good stuff. So let's get right to it. Let's talk about the benefits of AI. Obviously, our masking tools are doing a phenomenal job because of, well, let's be honest, it's AI. Okay. When I was editing my photos with the 28 millimeter VILTROX 28 millimeter lens, I had to use the landscape mask, and then it actually found buildings, aka architecture, and it did a real good job at finding those buildings and creating the mask. So I was able to adjust the tones of the buildings without obviously adjusting the rest of the image, and that was really cool. I could definitely say that Lightroom has greatly improved because of the use of AI. And but as we know, Adobe is like one of the big companies heavily investing in AI. They have a thing called Firefly, and you could do text to image, text to video, and all this other stuff. Make a video out of a still image. So if you have Adobe Creative Cloud, you have access to it. Let me see if I can pull it up right here. There we go. Yeah. So like this is Adobe's, if you want to have some fun, this is Adobe's right here called Firefly. And you have to pay it starts off at like $10 a month. You do text to image and text to video. So Adobe, Meta and Google, these big companies are all putting in a lot of money into this AI stuff. And yes, it is very disruptive on a negative side. We'll talk about in a minute, but there's some serious benefits too. There are going to be some artwork you're going to be able to create or further enhance your artwork that you won't be able to do without AI. Okay. When we use our retouching tools, Reblum or Evoto or anything like that, guess what? That's AI creating that allows you the ability to remove certain things without you have to tell it specifically. When you say blemish removal, it knows how to find it blemishes and to do the removing. So that's pretty impressive. Definitely because of a lot of these tools that have come out, I don't go to Photoshop nearly as much as I used to because it's just gotten that much better. And again, like 95% of my editing is all in Lightroom. and I go to I'll go to Photoshop for like very small, heavy lifting. Right? If I have to remove something that I can't do in Lightroom, it'll be in Photoshop and stuff. But even in Photoshop, you have like text to image, like remove this cow or whatever the case may be. So there's a lot of great benefits to it I that I embrace, quite honestly. Let me see what you guys think. Okay. I wasn't against AI until I started blogging 2 years ago. It made me into a better writer and has helped my SEO bigly. Hello. That's what I'm talking about. Fantastic. And then I love AI for removing distractions and retouching, especially um, since clients want their stuff fast. Exactly. See, this is the benefits of AI. It allows us to turn over our projects that much faster and at a very high quality. Fajar says, I remember using Photoshop's content aware from who knows when. That's one of the early that yeah, exactly. Content aware. Technically, you're totally right. You're totally right. And content aware is way better now thanks to AI. Exactly. I think a lot of things are better. Our auto focusing, lidar, hello, right? Technically, that's what it's helping us out there. And you see AI implemented on a new DJI RS4 Mini gimbal has the AI tool on it, and a gimbal I just got for my iPhone has AI tracking on it due to that module. So yeah, there's a lot of benefits to it. Manila says my clients are starting to like the fake AI look with perfect skin over looking like a human with with their skin blemishes. No, you're totally that's the thing. I was watching right before I started streaming. We were having lunch and I saw a clip of a video in a commercial that was completely AI. Like I just know it was. It has that look, that cartoony kind of a look. I was like, oh shoot, that clip is from AI. So yeah, they're using it in commercials and stuff. It is what it is. I still use Photoshop actions time to time. I paid for some of it. There you go, brother. I ain't mad at you. I created like 2 actions for myself for retouching for setting up my retouching. So I could just press action, it'll do its thing, and then I could just use my pen, you know, use my Wacom right here, and get the editing. So I like the actions. Those are cool. Um Nick says, good to see you again, Robert. Get that shot. You already know, brother. You already know. Okay. Is it true Capture One renders RAWs better than LR? I love LR, so I don't want to switch. For some reason, I think it does. I don't know like the technical, I don't know for sure, whatever. But I swear, whenever I shoot, um, whenever I shoot tethered and I'm just pixel peeping with Capture One, I'm just like, yo, that detail's crazy. I don't know what it is. Do you have, excuse me, do you have to switch? I don't think so. I only got Capture One because when I tether or shoot in studio, something like that, there's no other program that's better. There's no other program that I could find that has a better workflow and efficiency and reliability as Capture One. It is what it is. Okay. Okay. Let me get this on there for you. All right. Join the talk. All right, Malcolm, here you go. Okay, here we go, Fajar. I'm not against it. I was late to the AI party until I see it benefits me. But as Terminator said, since the first one in the 80s, be careful with those things. Ooh, you ain't lying, okay? Because we are training it. We are training it. We're literally teaching AI every day, every time we use it, right? Siri and all these other things. Yeah, we are teaching it at the same time. So there is a very reciprocal kind of weird relationship. What do you call it? What a symbiotic relationship, right? It makes our jobs easier, but then it also like we're teaching it to be better at what it's doing, which ultimately ends up being better than what we could do, right? So that's the flip side. I know I tethered once and the images were looking amazing. My clients were saying, "Wow," every time a new pic popped up. Yeah. And again, it's reliable as hell. It's reliable as hell. Plug comes out, put it back in, it doesn't skip a beat. I really like Capture One. It is what it is. But I do Lightroom is my main desktop software, but then Capture One for those unique instances, but it makes a huge difference for sure. I just bought it for the year. I don't do the monthly thing. I just bought it for the year. It's way cheaper. Craig, Craig says I'll tell you a feature I would love to see in Nikon Z: real-time light painting preview. Oh, the OM system has that? Wow, that's a pretty fun feature. I could see that being in at least a ZF, ZFC, Z50, perhaps Z5, like the lower cameras that we can say vloggers and average consumers may want. That's a fun feature. Do you have to pay monthly for Capture One? If only I pay for the whole year, but there is a monthly option and they'll make you pay for it. That's for sure. Okay. It is definitely more expensive if you do the monthly, but to each his own. The year I just bit the bullet and it's paid off. I just used it recently on a set for shooting an acting company's actors headshots, and they're getting ready for a play and they all needed headshots. And for the director to be able to see the photos pop up and he was able to like, yeah, that's what I want. That's what I like. That looks great. That was it, right? That was worth the money right there. Made my job so much easier. Oh, okay. All right. Look at this here. I think we have a guest speaker on deck. Okay. Uh I have to prepare you. You understand this, okay? Let me get. All right, we have the one, the only Malcolm Walker in the house, y'all. Come on.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, got the intro music. Yeah, look at that.
How's it going out there?
Hey, Malcolm, how are you, man?
I'm doing good.
Hey, it's good to see you, and you're actually on my stream. It's been months, I think.
It's been a while, yeah. It's a time conflict right now for me. So, especially since you moved it, so I can only catch it after. Well, I can catch it during the 7 o'clock on the phone, but I gotta till I get home after 8
Oh,
for me.
that's the 5 o'clock. Gotcha.
5 o'clock, yeah.
Well, see, I had to do 4 because see, like, even though I swore to my girlfriend, and I'm like, look, I'm only gonna do this 1 hour. And you see, we're stretching it to 2 hours, right? So like getting off at 8 and 9 was killing me after a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a middle ground, but I'm so glad to see you. I like your background. What are you up to over there?
Just turning some stuff around over here. So I'll do computer max illumination.
Looks very cool. Oh,
So I got my PlayStation's collection there, 1 through 5.
hey, very cool.
I got some equipment stacked up, TV behind me now, so
I like it.
yeah, it's stacking up.
Is this your man cave?
This is the studio. This is the YouTube studio man cave.
There you go, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Hello.
It's officially where I do my work.
Do you plan on getting back to your live streams or?
Yeah, I want to get back to it. I have ambition to do it, and usually I'm debating whether or not I change the time, but 9 o'clock still works well for me because that catches at 7 o'clock for you guys on the West Coast. And
Totally.
I've done a couple here and there. I haven't been totally gone from it, but I do want to get back into it. I've got a lot of video projects planned. I want to start filming for. It's been a fight just to keep this studio kind of set up for it, and still re-rigging stuff to make it easier. So
Yeah.
I was totally packed up from a weekend shoot, and I got ready to go in 10 minutes now. So it's working a lot better that I can do that, get ready in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like I have a whole situation now that you don't see on camera and stuff.
Mhm.
And it's like it's all to like my job is like, okay, I just want to turn on the lights and go. Right.
Yeah.
And when I get to that point, I think once I make my next move, because we're here for like a year, but when I get to my next place, it's like I'm gonna bolt things to the like my hair, I'm not sure if you can see the hair light, but you can see the hair light. I'm gonna bolt that to the ceiling. I'm gonna do more things that are more fixed. That
Here,
makes sense.
I'll show you a real quick tour here,
Yeah.
so everybody can see what I've got going on. So I've got do have my light microphone mounted up to the ceiling. I've got some
Oh, nice.
noise canceling stuff up there. We've got the sign and the light is mounted to a. This is what I happen to get. It's mounted to a boom arm. That's open.
Oh, I like that. I've seen those.
And on side to side, it works really good. So I've got monitors set up at my work desk there, my floating desk. So compared to the studio.
Well, I
So
like what you got a lot of action. I need a space like that. Oh, that's cool too. I want a nice space. I'm glad I have I have a room. It's our second bedroom. Well, it's not a second bedroom now, but she allows me to play in here.
So I had our master bedroom when we first met. That was the bedrooms for it, and then it ended up. And my son didn't want this anymore. He wanted the smaller room downstairs. So
I think I think the connection is a little rocky right there. Hold on, let me try.
there.
Manila likes your studio tour. Said, thanks for the studio tour. And then bolting to the walls.
For
But Malcolm, you're I'm not sure if you can see, but
that's my biggest space thing is clearing up space, and even the camera's mounted on the desk.
Roy says bolting could be an issue if the wife finds out.
Here with you.
Okay, you're still here, right? You're good? Because your connection is a little choppy on my end. That's why I ask. So just FYI. Yeah. Try going off and coming back on. Maybe that will help. Try that. Because now your image, I think, is frozen. That or you're just staring at me. Anyway. Yeah, that could be an issue, but you know what? I already have plans to bolt it. That's why we have a dedicated room just for that, just so I can. That's right, King Krug. It's your job to inform. That's exactly. Hey, I already let it be known. And her thing was, hey, she wants a room to do her thing in. I get my room to do my YouTube stuff. Hey, it's called compromise, people. Come on, let's get with the program and make it happen. You all could win. All right, now as we're waiting, no, I'm good. My live feed is good. I lost you though, Malcolm. I lost you. Did you lose us? No, I didn't lose any. I didn't. Nope. I lost your feed was getting really rocky. So I'm not sure what happened. I didn't kick you off. Not sure what happened. Your screen went black. That's what happened. All right, real quick. Let's talk about the dangers behind AI for photographers. The dangers. Well, some of y'all going to be replaced. It's just that fact. Okay? That is the fact. I don't think everybody will be, but definitely some. I think those who embrace AI will be the ones who win. If you embrace it, that means utilizing ChatGPT, utilizing Canva, as we said earlier, all the editing AI that's being implemented. Okay. Understand that AI is even in our autofocus, right? That's how it could detect birds from humans to cars and all that other stuff. If we embrace this technology, do not keep your head in the sand, because those that do will be left behind. For myself, it's helped me to keep me so much more organized because I use ChatGPT a lot to help me come up with maybe a title for my YouTube video or the description of the video, stuff like that. So I could spend time making content. All right, we got Malcolm back in the house. So what do you think are some of the dangers behind AI for photographers, Malcolm?
I've been a really big skeptic of using it. I grew up in a generation that saw movies of what happened with it.
Terminator,
But
Matrix.
yeah, that kind of stuff. But ultimately, I think it's a tool I need to start learning and start using. I think it can help us just out as in workflow. As far as the dangers, I think we can lose a lot of creativity. I think we can lose our individuality and what we can create with it. And those are the things that worry me the most. I think as far as helping us stay productive or keeping us on track, uh, helping us clean up edits and stuff like that is beneficial. But I worry that in the long term, we're going to see less creators and less creation from individuals in the mind's art form than we are versus what we're going to see from AI in general. And that's, I think, is the biggest danger that we're going to have.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see people who prompt creativity, by typing in the right thing to come up with something versus creating it from scratch with their own hands and their own mind. The
Right.
the line between artist and not an artist really, it's going to be very blurry, right? So who's to say if you know how to prompt and create something, you're not being artistic, right? And you're in that AI is a tool. It's like it's going to be such a gray area. We saw it with the photography contest. They're like, hey, in that person won using an AI footage, right? And then this, I think it was a Sony contest a couple years ago, and then and now it's like now we don't accept anything that's AI. You have to let us know if it is and stuff like that. And so yeah, it's going to be very interesting real quick.
Yeah, and I think it can also help. I think it may help the more natural creators in the long run because I think people will start being able to decipher, or like you said, the disclaimers are happening already on YouTube that you have to, tell your audience that you've altered it or done something.
Totally.
Um, I think it'll help in the long run if you're genuine and you don't utilize those tools for what you do for your purpose. I think it's still okay to use it in a sense of, like I said, it's trying to stay productive and keeping your day organized or planning stuff out so you can be efficient. But I think the art form still should be totally natural.
I think so too. I think there's something about having the benefit of taking years to perfect a craft, right? And our craft is like any other trade, like carpentry, electrician, like the years you put in, the better you get because of learned uh the learned lessons you have through mistakes or through education of your peers and whatnot. And there's something you just can't like AI obviously can bypass all that because it's just going right to how to create something. But I think there's something to be said for those that have gone through that mud, right? But I here's the stickler though. Our clients, I, I think clients are going to expect us to know how to use it in some capacity. When they say, "Hey, can't you just do X, like remove this or add that?" They're going to look at you like, "Why can't you?" versus "Can you?"
Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility as far as the requests that are going to come, like, you know, make me look thin or
Or add the Eiffel Tower and you shot
yeah,
them in Arizona. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
so I think we're going to see a lot of that because just like we have with video, where photographers, at least on my end, I've had plenty of people say, "Hey, do you do video as well?" They assume you know how to, or at least have the capacity to. I think that's what's going to happen with AI. They're going to expect you to know how to do all these graphical enhancements.
yeah, yeah. That definitely is a thing, and as people learn more about, you know, what they see on the internet or what they want to expect from a photography, you know,
So
shoot, that's all going to come up into play. And if you either, yeah, it's just like going into video from the last few months. You know, video's king, and if you can't do it, it's you're wasting your time. I think because it's such a more impactful art form. It's going to be more and more constantly in front of us.
totally. And remember, Malcolm, I was saying, I was like, photography alone will no longer cut it. And now with this AI, it's like you got to know photos, video, graphic design, how to prompt AI. You really have to become like a media company in a sense.
Yeah, yeah, you
And
have to offer it all, and what few jobs I do throughout the year, because I stay pretty small and try to keep my workload light because I don't have to do it, and I like to enjoy it more than work on it right now. Um, it's challenging in the aspect of all the things that is expected or that you can offer to be able to deliver that from a, you know, a one man band type situation.
and again, it's like it's a double-edged sword. It's like, okay, then AI will hopefully help you become more efficient, but then yet you're become more reliant on it too. And
Hmm.
so that's an interesting route that we're slowly but for surely heading toward. We got a couple comments. Let me get to these here. I'm glad I'm retiring because product photography will be hit the most. Oh, I think you're absolutely right. I think product photography and headshots and landscape photographers. Let me forget the headshots. Landscape, street photography, that stuff where you might be able to create some stock work is donezo. Then we have, I think the biggest danger would be if the general public can start editing their own pics super easily using an app. People are idiots. I don't think. I think
I
we
think that
still.
I think that's already there.
I think it's already there, and they still aren't using it. So I think we're
Yeah,
safe for now. You know, they just want that
I think
jello-y.
that to be anybody down about the general public is the tools that they have available in the most expensive device they carry around with them all. You
Yeah,
know,
on their
I
phone.
think even myself or even you probably don't even utilize the phone and what it can do nearly to its potential. And um, you know, most people, and especially in the later generation, I see it in the workforce, especially as a manager, is that the you don't drive to want to learn. They expect it to be done, and that's another scary thing with AI. Is what
Mm.
can start doing that'll start replacing jobs, just robotics and everything else. And then what do you do with those?
Yeah, I think it's already replacing jobs. That's for sure. I mean, people are getting fired literally because their departments are being replaced by AI. So like, so photographers, if you're not thinking 3 steps ahead, and you seeing people losing their jobs at Microsoft the other day and all this stuff and literally being replaced. because AI could do a program a little bit better. But let me tell you, we have to have these uncomfortable conversations, right? Um, a lot of AI videos are not engaging. Oh, absolutely not. But have you guys seen the influencer monkeys and chimps and yetis? That stuff is hilarious. So I'm not gonna lie, there is something funny. It's out there. Manila says, I get flagged now on stock sites for my AI adjustments. Wow, that's pretty smart. If you can notice that and pick that up, that's pretty awesome. I'm sorry you're getting flagged, but that's still pretty cool that it could do that. They're trying to create some sort of guardrail between authentic and AI. And remember, technology always has its place, but we can't say it's always all good. The next big danger would be if they make cameras that can edit in camera and calculate everything easily for you like flash power. Wow, that would be pretty. I don't know if that's dangerous. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, not from the PS5. He says,
Yeah, from through the cutouts.
Roy says machine learning is the next step after AI. Yo, that's scary. Now Malcolm, now we're getting into the Terminator situation in Matrix. Oh, looks like we lost Malcolm. I think the connection, but that would be scary. And I know it's already coming because I saw an interview with the owner of ChatGPT, and he was like, that's where we're going. That's where we're heading. So they're probably already there, and we just don't know it yet. Some fashion designers are even using fake models, which is crazy and scary. Yes. So the model industry is going to be turned upside down. So some of those models about to be on OnlyFans, but watch it. Drunk Wedding Photographer says stock photography is the one most in danger. I used to buy stock a few years ago. Now I generate blog thumbnails for $10. Well, there you go. I create my thumbnails in Canva. Tell you the truth, that's what I do. Craig says, except it's all fake ass woo, and the new selling point will be no AI to generate image. You know what? That's a good way to turn this around right there. That's a great selling point. You want authentic, you want real, you want original. Boom, you're paying for no AI. AI Star Wars content on YouTube is miles better than anything Disney poops out. Wow, that's crazy. Shout out. Well, that's shame on them. Hear me. I want to love 50 F1.2. What? Yeah, 51.2. I tried renting it. I owned it for a month, but I just can't use 50 mil. Wow. If Nikon ever made native 40 mil pro line, I'd snatch that thing quick. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I do. Do I have a? No, I think it's a 45 from VILTROX F 2.0, but it's nowhere on the same quality. That's for sure. Someone hasn't seen Andor. Oh yeah, that's true. Jeez. Good thing I still use 35 mil film to photograph weddings. AI ain't taking my job. Hey, no, you know, sir. Absolutely not. No, it's not. Until it can take it for you, though. Thanks for having me, Robert. I look forward to the next one. I'll be set up with a hard line hopefully tomorrow. Okay, awesome. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what was going on, but that could be it too, the Wi-Fi situation. So there you go. And Malcolm, you're always welcome on this show. You should know that. Okay. Cool. All right. So we're about to hit my 2-hour mark, and that means I am pooped. Okay. I am pooped-diddy poop, 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 poop. Okay. I must call this. Okay. I have to, whoops, where we go? Let me get my music together here. Get my acting right. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, you already know when I put on this music what time it is. It means I need to wrap it up because guess what? I got to spend some time with my girlfriend. We got a stupid reality show to watch together, and I need to relax. All right. So a new video will be dropping. I'm just about done editing it. And this Saturday, I'm reviewing the VILTROX, as I mentioned. I'm going to be testing out this lens here, so stay tuned for that. Whoops, let me see if you guys can get this focus on. The 35 f1.2. I mean, 135 f1.8. Jeez, I'm all over the place. I need to get off this thing. So with all that said, everybody, if you haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like for me on the way out. All right, smash that like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, ding-a-ling-a-ling, so that you get notifications for my upcoming content. All right. I want to thank you all for tuning in and for another episode of Let's Talk Photography. Like, why didn't you can't sell AI stuff? Yeah, that's true, Fajar. And telling your kids, yeah, that's another sad fact. 100%. Fajar, thank you very much for tuning in. I'll share more work on you. Yes, please do. Feel free and share away. If you guys ever have cool photos you want me to take a look at, feel free to DM me on Insta. And yes, correct. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. And Malcolm, thank you very much. And hit that like he said. Come on now, listen to Malcolm. Hit the like, people. All right. So with all that said, on the way out, please, if you haven't already, where is my banners? I mean, I just can't get my act right. Oh, there it is. I'm so sorry. Go ahead and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and on X. All right. And thank you, Malcolm. Really appreciate it, brother. So with all that said, it is time for me to go. Adios.